Purple berry product sample! Purple berry product sample!
Such a pleasure to work with you. Let's chill together again sometime.
Pleasure not doing
Sorry,
business
time
with
is business time. Or,
I'm anti-Cleo, and I endorse this message.
You're back. Since you see fit to continue wasting my time, I ain't gonna bother talking like you're a top runger. You ain't soiling our fine establishment with your presence. Think I made that real clear.
Nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter-over-quarter. Not too shabby, but...
All right, I'll grant that was passingly clever. I suppose I can make an exception just this once. For a moderate contribution to my post-Boniface retirement fund.
There it is. I wondered what flavor of shakedown she was cooking up.
is their department alone is responsible for a 28% increase in our entire operational budget for the next fiscal semi-decade. Credit where it's due. To me,
That's the right call. There's no better choice you can make than to buy your way into the best choice.
Nothing here to my taste, of course, but you enjoy yourself.
Have a profitable day.
Can't you see I'm on the clock here?
Oh, look at this one.
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar? Someone will be fired over this. Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again. And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this. Why, yes. Yes, I am. Not sure I appreciate your insinuating tone there. It's a Raptidon bite, a unique concoction devised by Melchiges Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything. As if I don't know how to scour a crime scene. Please. This isn't some run-of-the-mill one-bit operation. The best choice is the Spectrum Violet of the Esplanade. Our patrons pay well to stake their claim as the most VIP of the VIP. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, our clientele no longer have reason to stray. Ugh, whatever. You're frankly exhausting me with all your statements and questions. Look, I see you're going to be a problem. Just cover my efforts and expenses and the recipe's yours. Our patrons are returning already anyhow. Come back when you do, I suppose. Or don't. Time for you to blunder out the way you blundered in.
They're letting in anyone now. Well, since you're here.
Is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
Commander, over here. Commander, wanted to chat with you about the cartridge that courier gave us. Ain't heard from Ortiz in, might well have been a year at this point. That's how it goes when you've fallen behind and the other's got no choice but to keep moving. If he's spending his hard-earned bits to contact me now, there must be a real good reason. Would you watch the message with me? Fella from my old unit. Good buddy of mine before I was discharged. I didn't get the chance to say goodbye after the grafting procedure. Didn't have a way of reaching out, neither. Thanks, Commander. Would you do the honors and get it going?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Look, I ain't got long. Neither for this message nor for life. I made a mistake. I signed up to get grafted, but it's gone wrong. Should have known when I got to the lab that something was off. It was a secret, they said. We couldn't tell no one. And now my blood's infected and I'm as good as dead. Well, I just wanted to be like you. Throw myself at the problem, wrestle it down. But I should have listened when they told me about how your graft hurt you. How it failed you. I should have reached out sooner. Maybe things would have been different. Please, find that lab on Cloister. It's in an ice cave, but I ain't sure where exactly. They hit it good. Whatever you're doing is, stop them. Don't let them do this to anyone else. Please.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of Ortiz's message. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
There's something you wanted to converse on?
keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable. If you're here to picket, we'd love to have you join our movement. Otherwise, I've got more important things to deal with. Well, that's great news! We'd love for someone to bring that sniveling sprat dunk to the table to negotiate. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. I ain't sure how you're gonna get in. This door is barred from the inside, and I don't think there's another way in on the ground floor.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Frustrations don't normally involve, you know, an actual vent. avoid the strike. They should be after blood.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule, and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences.
I reckon she's got her wires crossed. Basic dignity is what Auntie's Choice promised us when we signed up, so long as we were good at our work. And while we might have faced grave consequences back on Tau Ceti, it was under old management, who were trounced rather thoroughly in the end, I might add.
Nevertheless, here we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. Absolutely. These lugs have been positively exalted in the good fortune of rising to their limited station within the meritocracy that Auntie has derived for us. Why? Can you imagine suffering under the yoke of a sovereign's rule, or floundering at the ridiculous direction of those claiming to know the future by way of math? No. Only within Auntie's Choice can these drudges achieve genuine prominence. If they exhibit excessive dedication, they may even earn some modicum of the success I have enjoyed. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Auntie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that, as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. If I'm honest, my gaze is purely focused up the ladder, not down it. I am a very important upper, middle, lower manager, and the way I advance that status scantily involves learning the names and faces of my peons. their value is in providing their minuscule contribution to this mighty and prestigious corporation. And by providing their maximal effort, they allow me to ascend, vacating this position so that one of their undistinguished masses can fill it, thereby becoming distinguished. Well, that's all fine and good in your system. But here in Arcadia, it is Auntie's needs we cater to, and right now, her need is you convince Dumley Dunbar to get back to work. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation, so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is poor labor retention techniques. What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that. Right, exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, If we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Thank you for your trying. I don't know if we'll get it all, but every bit you add makes some part of our lives a whole lot easier.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets to be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. Oh my. You're probably right. It's been so long since I've shared a facility, I've forgotten how unpleasant it can be. I trust your insight and will leave it unlocked from now on. What more do they want? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No! I would never! That's slander. And or libel. And you can't prove a thing. Well, fuck. That's quite the rub, isn't it? All right, what do you want? Huh. I don't know why you would waste leverage on them, but I suppose you've got your reasons. All right. They'll get their Adrena time, and you'll get all the bits I got on me. Is there more they ask? 12 hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. Well, it's true that data shows higher worker productivity on sleep than on stims. I never imagined restful production being more cost-effective than longer hours. That would translate into more profit for the plant, which means larger bonuses from me, which should be more than enough to make up for the drop in hourly production. All right, you've convinced me. What else do they want? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? Well, you have done exceptionally well by us, my new friend. With these new conditions, we'll return to work with vigor rather than dread. Thank you.
Damn! I really felt like I was close to signing all of you, and I needed that recruitment bonus. I don't know how I'm going to afford my hair cream now, but I'll get him next time. And he won't always have you working her angles for her. And her usual agents don't stand a chance against me.
Next time? Against you? What in law's name are you saying? Sometimes you talk so odd it don't sound like you're Auntie's choice at all.
Yeah, I was starting to have the same thought.
It don't matter. All that matters is my working conditions have just improved mightily. Thanks to you, stranger. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're gonna get back to work.
Going back to work under Auntie's choice ain't exactly my idea of success, but at least I'll have better terms to labor under now.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I do wish it had gone more smoothly, but I understand you did what you must. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job, under my keen supervision, of course.
is just a week away. And I'm honestly not sure if I'll be getting bits or if I owe my whole check to the company vendor.